So I hear the OTA is sending out letters or giving letters to property owners along the east-west corridor. Just tell me, you were telling me over the phone that that's standard protocol for something like this?
Absolutely. So let me give you just a sentence description of the east-west connector. So this is a new route of Turnpike that will be part of the larger Oklahoma City Outer Loop project that started more than 30 years ago. So this is going to connect from State Highway 37 near Newcastle, Blanchard, Tuttle, and it will cross I-35 and the Canadian River and eventually connect on up to I-40. So this is actually a 28-mile new corridor of highway that will be divided in high speed, and it will help improve mobility, especially in the South Oklahoma City, Moore, Norman area. So as part of the early phase of the engineering design process, we have to get out there and take a look at some of the conditions on site for this area. And we sent 58 letters to property owners on the west half of this corridor project. So really from State Highway 37 to a little ways east of I-35. That's our initial design phase area that we're working on currently. And within that area, we're looking to do some environmental field surveys, some geotechnical boring surveys, as well as some topographical surveys, just to make sure our data is accurate, make sure that we are aware of anything culturally that might impact the project that may mean we may need to move alignment a little bit. There's a lot of different things that we're looking for, but that's all part of just the routine planning of a project.
And this would happen on June 17th next week?
They will be out surveying several different properties in that area, and we really encourage those property owners to reach out to our access hotline number or our information email if they have any questions whatsoever. We want to work very directly with these property owners to eliminate any stress or concern. So if there's gate issues, pet or livestock issues, anything you think we should know about, please give us a call so we can answer those questions for you and work with you.
So we've been hearing from some residents who kind of are mentioning or telling us that they want to refuse or they want to deny these OTA surveyors from entering their property and doing so on and so forth. What is the protocol or what does that look, or how would you guys respond if someone refuses point blank, hey, don't survey my property?
So first we want to be able to talk with them first and foremost. We want to try to understand what their concerns are to see if we can address them. That's the number one key there. So let us talk with you and help you figure this out. We may be able to avoid some of these properties. We won't know until we talk to these individual property owners, because the bottom line is we have to gather certain pieces of data points in order to finish the engineering design work. We are authorized under state statute Title 69 to enter property to do this work.
Mm-hmm. I heard also some residents mentioning something about eminent domain.
Sure, I would love to explain that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about that. So eminent domain is a term that is very confused because we almost never take property by eminent domain. That is a last resort measure. In the vast majority of properties picked up by the OTA for projects, it's through negotiated settlements. We're going to talk with those property owners. We're going to negotiate, sometimes for months. We will do back and forth negotiations to try to arrive at a price point that is fair and reasonable and in line with market value of the property. So we do a lot of effort and work to avoid eminent domain.
What would be your message to residents who, got this letter and are now, those fears are starting to crawl back up again about, hey, I don't want to lose my home. I've been living here for so on and so forth.
Absolutely. The most important thing to know is just because you received a survey letter does not mean that we will ultimately come back and talk to you about your property. We go a little bit wider than the area needed to ensure that we know all of the different pieces of information that we need to do to have a good solid engineering design. So not every one of these 58 property owners that's received the initial letter will be contacted later for a take of land. The other thing to know is that we want to answer your questions. We want to address your concerns. So please call us. We're the experts in this, and we want to help you figure these things out.